Alright, I'm back. Sorry, my computer died, so got her plugged in now. Um, yeah, gotta get better at taking profits, scaling out. Um, doesn't feel good when you're up 3,000 and then round trip it. Done that a few times. It never felt good. So when I get my 100K account back again, it's just an easy note that I wrote down that if I'm up 2,500, just to take it, because even to pass the 10K or the 100K eval, you need to make 10,000. And so that's only 4 trades at 2,500 each. So, which is easily doable. I mean, it's not easy, but I mean, it's doable. With if a good patient entry, gotta have some cojones and a good target entry, right? So and it depends on what you trade. I wouldn't recommend trying to do that on some random fart coin, regardless of the season. Just do it on something that you trust. I really like trading Bitcoin. At the same time, it's kind of it's volatile for trading. It likes to do these wicks. It'll wick down. Excuse me. Oh, it'll wick down and just fucking piss you off. Sometimes it'll spike up like crazy and make you really happy. And I like that. I like when it does that. I could have got in here. Last time we came down to that zone, I had a buy order for like 100,666, and I think we hit 100,689 before we bounced, and I literally would have got in at the bottom of this wick, and then I could have just held it, and it was 100K funded. It would have never came down, hit my sell loss. It would have came up at 112. I would have took it, and I probably would have made some good money. I don't know what I would have made, but I would have made some good money. 20K maybe, 30K. Same thing with the short. If I would have shorted here like I wanted to, the night before, I was looking at it at the True Day printed. It was like here. We came up, set the wick for the True Day, and then just dumped it straight down to 107. And I knew it was going to happen. I knew it, but what I was also anticipating that it was 50-50. I was like, it could come up and hit this major resistance line, but because we were curling over so much on the RSI, I should have seen it. And I didn't take the swing because I only had $100 in reserves to risk. But I ended up blowing the account anyway, so I should have just took it, and I would have saved my account back from the dead. It was all right. We're on a new account. We're doing good, taking trades, taking good trades. In my opinion, the Bitcoin dominance is dropping a little bit, which is good for ETH, good for altcoins. We don't want this to be super dominant for Bitcoin. And then Bitcoin just pumps up. We want Bitcoin to keep going sideways for sure. But we don't want the dominance to be too high. I'd really like to see a good breakout, better than this. But it's Sunday. It's Sunday, so it's like just like one of the worst days for a breakout to happen. I'm hoping. Oh, excuse me, guys. I got a newborn, so I don't get a lot of sleep at night. This trading view is saying that since ETH is holding above 2,500, showing strength amid market swings, analysis believe this could lead a rise towards 2,800 to the $3,000 range if support holds. I believe it. I believe it. I might move all my TPs up here if I get. It won't really even matter. Oh. It'd be nice if we just spike up there faster and shit. But that doesn't always happen. That's what we want to happen, but it doesn't always happen. It would just, the EMA 2512, it's really close to my sell losses. I don't want to round trip this little bit that I'm up. This was hard, but I got, I'm above water, which is good. I'm 151 locked in. My equity, I'm up 100. I see, that's why you realize I took some profits already today. I took about $120 so far today. Closed P&L anyways. Net P&L is a little different because of the fees. And, that 120 gets you some buffer room, for taking a little more risky trades or holding trades when you're up. If it does come back down, like it's doing. But sometimes it just does this to kind of cool off RSI a little bit to fuel a bigger move up. But it is Sunday. It could come back down to this EMA, retest this trend line again. It might just keep bouncing in this area until we just kind of coil up and break out of the zone. This weekly open is kind of keeping us underwater. It's keeping us under right now. But we break this 2540 zone, it will take a pretty healthy candle, pretty healthy leg up. I think a lot of people are just kind of waiting for this zone right here to break. Apparently, I had other orders. I canceled them because I don't think they'll reach. Ugh. I want to just let it play out, see what it'll do. I also want to close some, take some profit, but I don't want to do that. I want to close my highest ones because that puts me at the bigger loss. 666, 325. See, a lot of my $2, none. Yeah. So even if I get stopped out, I lose minimal, but I also would lose my positions, which kind of is a bummer because it could come down here to the 2,500, bounce on this trend line again, then come up. Market loves to do that stuff because they know people entered right here, all these people right here, and once we see a good leg up like this, a lot of people, including myself, will move their because my stop losses were down here to 24.98, and I moved them all up here to minimize my loss. But then the market sees that, then it starts compiling basically would be sell orders here because that's where your stops are to sell your order. And then the market's like, oh, don't want to leave those behind because it's money. Because the more that the market pumps up, when you're in a long, when the market pumps up and you're entered down here, that's more that they have to pay you out, which they don't want to do. So they'll do stuff like this, or they dump it all the way back down. All these people that entered right here, they had their sell losses somewhere right here. Big old wick down, just fucking fucked them, and then it got bought right back up and just came back up. Pumped up here. Everyone that had sell orders here got stopped out here, and then now it's just kind of trying to decide what direction it wants to go. So that's why there's buys and sells and everything happening right here, right now. They're fighting for direction, and one of them usually ends up winning. It's usually the market maker because they have more money to push this back down. Easily can come back down to the 2500, bounce off this Fibonacci, and then come up. But I don't want it to come back down because then it look like a head and shoulder, because this is a head, this is shoulder. This could be labeled a shoulder if we come down and break below this, because there's liquidity down here, 2477, that didn't get tapped into last night. Like I thought, I had buy orders set for 2477.7. And then it bounced at 2490. So that's what makes me skeptical of these, but I still entered because I felt it was bullish, and we're up a little bit. Would love to see it break this Fibonacci here. This grid line. They could do anything right now though. Some good buys at 25.38. I think it's just market makers though. When they do this 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, all at the same price, I think those are just like spoof orders that the market makers, like OKX, will put in to push liquidity up just to grab the liquidations that are right there. And then they start selling immediately, like 1.3, 3 mil, 1.2, 1.6, 1.6. They could easily just sell those to push the price back down like it's nothing, because that was their money anyways, and they're up. They're up micro, so their fees, they'll, even if they're at break even, they'll just sell them to push the price back down. And so then that's how they move the market. 5 mil. You can add all these up. Be like 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, 15 mil just right here within these however much time. And then they just start trickling it out of there. Same thing up here. A little bit, because there's no retail sellers or buyers that are moving 1 mil at a time, 2 mil, 5 mil at a time to move the market up. So there are all these tiny little orders for 200K leverage, 500K. These are high leverage traders trading with like 100K accounts on 5x leverage or 40x leverage or whatever. So then it becomes this big buy, but they're not that big. Still looks pretty bullish, like it's prime, but I don't know. It's kind of rounding off a little bit. Could come back down. I don't know. I think it's juicy. It looks perky. It's fucking wants to pump it up. That's why I just want to leave these open. It just don't feel. It's just not fun taking $17 in profit at a time. What do I close this out? Ooh, $17. Ooh, $13. Ooh, $18. This is my only good one. 65. if I would have stacked 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, you know, but it would have been, I'd have been overexposed on my margin. I don't like to use more than 30% of my account because then the risk becomes too great. That's how I lost, you know, some good trades. They easily push the price down, just like one of these fucking candles, and then they liquidate you. And because you enter here like this, just like I am across the board here sideways, but this candle right here would have got so many people last night. If I would have entered here on this side of it first at these same prices, this candle would have got and did get a lot of people that entered all right here all day yesterday. And then once I seen it get bought back up, came over here, then I entered because I knew it was so close to this breakout that it was gonna break out. So now that's what I traded. Timing is everything, you know, when it comes to price points and trying to be able to predict what the market's gonna do. You know, it looks like it's primed to go up. Some of these candles are made to trick you. They'll initially set a candle. Market makers will set a candle at certain price points to get you to think like, oh, it's bullish again, it's gonna go up. Or they'll buy a huge buy order right here to think it's gonna go up, but then they get it right to break even, like right here. Right here, there was a big old buy that came up almost to break even. It looked like it was gonna continue just running up and break out right there, but then they stopped it and just hard reversed it down, went sideways and dumped it down to grab liquidity. So then now it's coming up. Once they got all these people in the max pain and got them doubting, big old hard wick right here on this resistance line, got everyone doubting in their heads like, oh, it's going back down again. And then they bought it right here on this little trend line that kind of formed. And then it's just been kind of, and then we pushed out. Oh, little fake out. Oop, dump. Oop. Oop, bought back up. Oop, we're back up. Same thing. Oop, little sell off. Oop, get everyone scared out of their positions. It could have been me. Could have been. I could be like, oh shit, it's dumping. Oh, I'm gonna close the motion. It's coming down. It's fucking. No. I'm holding. You hold till your TP's hit. That's what I know. Hold. Hodl. And then you take profit up here. When these are like 100, at least 100 a piece, this will be up 300. Yeah, I'd be happy with that. Get my account. I'm a quarter of the way there, so technically, I could close all these out and be good for the day, really, because I'm even a third of the way there for passing the eval. But the more degenerate thing to do here is to clearly hold the position and try to pass it. With these trades here, and plus what I've already taken. So, I've taken way more green trades on this than loss. So, but easily, if I didn't have my sell losses up here in a conservative spot, if I would have moved them way down here and left them, and then we reversed, it would take all these green trades and flush them right down the drain like they never happened. So, but since RSI is like still not overbought at all, we're still at like 68, but seeing higher prices, I believe we're primed for a good pump up until we really see like it showing divergence over. We're at a good swing up. We'll retest these Monday highs before the night's over, in my opinion. What to do. It's just not, I open these to leave them open. To let them run, you know, because I knew they were going up. So it's just like sticking to your original plan. These aren't even good candles yet. We ain't even got, these are just little tiny candles. I just, with my experience in trading, I just know what's to come for the most part. And then you don't want to get in too much in your head, then you're overconfident. You don't want to get in your head. You want to stick to like what works. And what's realistic. For you. Sorry, I have no music going today. I might come back and check on these later. I might go down to the beach. Go down to the beach. Let's go get away. I could sing some songs. I don't want to miss this God candle. This God candle. Go straight to 3,000. Bah, just kidding. Just trying. Just need one of these. Boom. Just to break us out. Get everybody buying it. And then it just doesn't come back down. I don't want it to come back down. Trading is so boring. So boring. Very boring. Because it just does shit like this. Or it's like, we're gonna go. Just kidding. We're going. Just kidding. Dump. Fuck all your profit. Or it just runs up like crazy. Usually by the time it liquidates everybody and gets everybody chasing the market, that's its job. It wants you to chase your entries. It doesn't want you to time the very bottom of this wick and then hold. It wants to sit here and fake you out every step of the way, and then right when everyone's closed their positions, except for 1% of the people, it'll run, take the next leg up, and then be like, oh, well, I missed it, gotta wait for the next correction or retest. And yeah, that's what happened with me way down here. Got in at 2404. It pumped up to something here, and then I seen it start to come back down. I closed it. I didn't enter. Then I tried to short right here, and it just went, well, we're gonna break out and never come back down to that price, because I definitely thought, well, it'll come back down. Maybe I can re-enter. There's a fair value gap right here at 2420. 2420 was a great re-entry point for me. It never gave me the chance. So yeah, I don't know. You could close some of these, and then you know, by the time you get faked out of your position, the market runs, and you're like, why the fuck did I close these for $10, $20, $30, $70? See, dude, that's why you gotta play with a little more. It didn't even tell me my margin used on this one. It's just like, yeah, 3 lots, that's all it says. And the price, current price, open P&L. See, I wish the stop loss on these didn't just say 0, project loss 0. It needs to say project profit right here. There's plenty of room for it right here. Right here. Project loss, percent of balance, project profit, stop loss. Or in like another box right here, it says, you check it and it says trailing stop loss. And then you set the percentage behind it, like how much you want it to be able to trail, like behind it, like 1%, 0.5%, whatever. And then as the price pumps, it trails your stop loss behind it 0.5% or 1%. And then when it starts to come back down towards the stop loss, it doesn't move your stop loss down. It like keeps it frozen. So then if it fills it, it locks in your profit. It's a very good feature. Of course, they're not going to add it because then that's more money that they have to pay out, and it doesn't make them money to do that. So why would they add that, right? See? But it faked a lot of people out there. But we're curling over a little bit. Come down a little bit. 25 maybe. Some support here, some liquidations probably below this wick. High leverage traders that trade like 100x, 200x, they try to get in here and then they have their sell loss right here. And then they don't take profit soon enough, so then it comes down and stops them out. That's why all this choppiness happens too. It's annoying. But yeah, that's part of it. 120. You know, when I woke up, I think I just had like this 3 lot, because I had these other trades open. It was like SPX, Fartcoin. I left them open, and I closed them out fully. I scalped out, and then, but they're all out, and they're up more now. If I'd have left them open, I'd probably be up 500 or something. It would have been cool, but it felt good to take these, which means it would probably feel good to take these again, at least these bottom 3, and just leave this one open. But it's like sometimes closing some of these positions hurt, because then you just watch it keep climbing and you're like, oh, I shouldn't have closed it. I would have fucking made all this money, whatever. And then when I don't close them, it just round trips and come all the way back down and hit your sell loss. So this is one of the hardest games I've ever had to play in my life. Because then it just like try to make sure that you get paid for your time invested. 20, 40, 50 bucks here, these bottom 3 trades. But then it builds this bad habit, in my opinion, like prematurely exiting before what my target price is. It's like just sticking the trade out, letting it play out. If it comes down and hits a sell loss, then so be it. You re-enter. But it's frustrating when you're like up 130, blah, 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 but then if it does come back down, hit your sell loss, where these like accumulated, and then you see it reverse again. It's like frustrating, because there's people that had sell losses here, entered here, and then it came down, hit their sell loss perfectly, and then bounced back up, and I'm sure they're livid. Like, oh, of course it come down, hunted me, hit my sell loss perfectly, and then bounced back up, and now we're going to continue up. right? And that's what I think a lot of people, that's why it's just kind of choppy right here, because people that got stopped out here, trying to enter here now, or here, or here, or here, or here, or here. And the market's just trying to eat it up, and buyers are getting a little exhausted. It's a little annoying that we ain't broke out of this weekly open zone, but it does look like it's primed to just leg up. So we have 424 on the New York time. It's 130 where I'm at. Let's see, RSI's kind of coiling over a little bit. This candle is important. The daily VWAP, man. That's right where my sell losses are at. And that's the shit I'm talking about. It could easily come back down, hit this daily VWAP right on the retest again on this breakout downtrend. Yeah. Gets enough distance over here, comes down. New York opens down here, London open, true month, true day, 200 EMA, fucking everything support is right here. And then there's a liquidity void. You can see it. Liquidity void, and my sell loss is right at the bottom of that, right at the top of this order block, bullish order block, so that'll get bought right back the fuck up like it was nothing. And it's like one fuck you candle away from just filling it. Just blam, blam, right back up. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Right? We're also one little fuck you candle away from breaking out, so I'm sure a lot of people, that's the thing, a lot of people want to like enter here that didn't get in, so then they want the price to come back down. Like retailers like me, like, oh, once it comes back down to the daily VWAP, that'll be my chance to re-enter. But the market could just leave without it, and like not give it a chance and come up and hit the liquidations. It just depends on what's more important. It doesn't have to come back down, give you a chance to re-enter. Just depends on what you want to do. What do I want to do, you know? Ultra doing pretty good. Yeah, fucking Fartcoin, Sol, Hype, SPX, fucking all up 10%, 6%, 3%, 3%. ETH, it's at 0.44%. Just teasing the market. Yeah. $4, 3%, 1%. ETH, 0.4%. ETH is just becoming slowly just another Bitcoin that's becoming boring to trade. Becoming boring to trade. I just started trading it. It's already boring. Just want it to be exciting. It's exciting when price is moving, but the weekends are so boring. Wondering if I should TP's 26.75, 26.75. Yeah, there's some good potential sell-off there. 162, 159. Oh. I'm gonna do some math here. 169 plus 152, and then 164, 502. Yeah, that's more realistic, I guess. And then I would pass my eval there, so I mean, I'd probably pass it sooner, so I would probably just close them out wherever, but at least it's realistic. Son of a bitch, man, it is so annoying. Look at it go down. Well, I'm probably just gonna stop the video because I want to go spend some time with the family, and this is so boring to watch, so I think it would be fun to go out and chill by the ocean. Let this play out, whatever it's gonna do. Hope you guys have a good day. Like and subscribe if you like this video, and follow for more. Bye.